pretty much nailed that green ellipse, guys.
This green ellipse was drawn all the way back on the 1st of April. That we would form a high or a crest or peak around the 13th of May within this range. Pretty much followed the pattern expected. Sideways, down, some sideways, except that we went far deeper than I expected. Still came back to the price levels right around the close, right around the pivot point where retrograde became stationary direct, as expected, that price level range, and now it's here in this price level range. Interesting. I'm not sure how I would have read this. I might have read this differently during retrograde, but there's a low correlation here, but also a lot indicating a high here at the end of the day. Right, we had the nullified high card there, correlating to end of day here. Got a lot of things with the ruins saying going to the upside here. And it would make sense that we would come back to at least roughly this price level just because of the Princess of Discs there. Yeah. Probably here at the end of the day. Something like that. Hey Robert, hey April. Not really. I'm not really expecting a drop here. I think we're very toppy here. We're very, very toppy here. And there might be, I think we probably have a pop here at the end of the day, not a drop, to be clear, April. And then this is a nullified preview card. A lot of the time that means that there's no Queen of Discs energy in the following reading. See, but here at the end of the day, we got the yellow correlation to the swiftness card, right? We've got this horse in the upright position. We've got this breakout ruin here. We've got the lust card. We've got the valor card. We got this ruin all the way up here. Little off on that midday high. Was much earlier in the day. Well, actually, I have it here. Then there was another one, and then there should be this pop into the close here. Hey Hamza, I'm curious why everybody's asking me if I expect a drop. Did I say that in the original reading or something? I think we've got a little further to go to the upside. At least back to the price level of yesterday's high, intraday high. Got some June stuff coming out tonight if you've got early access on our website. Normally June would be out already, but we're playing catch up here. By the time we put out July readings, we'll be caught up. Oh, that's theta. The heck? All right, so these ruins right here could be throwing me off on there being a low in here. It looks like that might be happening, but there's very likely a low tomorrow, and we've got correlations to both the theme and the crossing card tomorrow. So an important support level on a multi-day scale, probably on a 1-year chart scale, probably. It's highlighted tomorrow, and a decline to and through support to meet another support, and then we rotate sideways along that support. That's all mixed in with a pop and drop. Let's see which one comes first. It looks like the pop and drop comes after the decline to and through support to meet another support, rotate sideways, pop and drop. And then we've got another prominent peak tomorrow. So far, this is looking pretty solid, though. We were a little bit off on this low here. We have it for the 4th, but it was a little tricky because it was kind of like squeezed in the middle of a highest high and another highest high. We did get this highest high on the 6th, nailed that. And my sense is that that may very well be the high for Bitcoin. There's one more place where it might come into play, but like it could take place over here on the 15th, but I really don't think it does. I think we've probably met the high. There's a chance here around the 10th, 11th too, but again, I think we've probably met the high here on the 6th. That's pretty solid. I'm gonna make this a little wider. Oh, that's out to the 13th, actually. So this is the 10. Oh, this looks good. And I was right about there being a lower opportunity in May for Bitcoin. Hey B, how's Tesla looking this week? I don't like this. This is not a solid reading. The 7th. Okay, well maybe it's not that awful because we have the high for the 8th ends up being on the 7th. Oh, ends up being on the 6th. A little bit off there. I think that this high here probably is not for the 13th. It's probably speaking about a high towards the end of the month or kind of like on the cusp of May, June. It's hard to say. This rune right here could be throwing me off on a high. There may or may not be a high right here on the 13th. It's really hard to say. But my sense is that this was probably the high again. It was on the 6th. We have it for the 8th, but I think that very well might have been it. Man, this is a tough reading now. I have to move this. This should be over here, by the way. Man, this is a tough one. Oh, how did I miss that? How did I miss that? I must have done this during retrograde. The high's right here on the 16th. The high's right there on the 16th. How did I miss that? Like what? Well, actually, I didn't miss it. I have it here, actually. This is a really tough reading at this point because of the deviation. But based on what's transpired right now, I think we probably had the high here on the 6th. And it's possible that we come back to it here around the 23rd. But then I think it's probably a pretty big decline into a low on the 29th. Do I think it's all the way down there? Probably not. Let's see. What does the 1 year say? Oops. I hope I was looking at Tesla. I was. Okay, good. All right, well, I mean, this is actually pretty solid, guys. We had a lowest low in April, and also very, very close to a highest high. Like I said at the beginning of the year, we want to like kind of cut this piece out of the equation when judging price levels relative, because this stuff actually took place here in the end of 2023. So I would say you want to use this high as a highest high for relativity purposes. And so we came very, very close to that there. That's pretty solid. We probably come back into lows. Guys, be very careful. This is a tricky one right now in May for Tesla. This is very tricky right here. Let me see. I actually think we may not come back down to lows for the year here. Well, this stock obviously is off, but I'm getting the sense that we don't come back down to lows because there's a ruin here. There's no ruin here. We have a low correlation, but this low correlation isn't as strong as this correlation here. More likely to see a high there. We're more likely to see something along those lines. most likely somewhere in this range, and then we're somewhere within this range. I mean, that right there is the high card for the year, so there's a very strong possibility that we have like a high up here. Something like that. Sorry guys, I couldn't be more clear on Tesla. It's really, really tough kind of like in-between territory. It was luck. You ask a lot of TLT questions. You might just want to get the TLT reading so we can like give you some definitive information. You ask about it enough. Yeah, hard to say. I'd have to do the whole reading, dude. I got a very positive response for the yen swing long in May. H bar token, end of May. It's Hedera, right? I'm pretty sure. Do I think I have something for H bar. Let me just double check. No. Look at all these 2025s that have been done already, guys. If you have access, if you have this, where is it? If you want the paid version, guys, of all of those 1 years, best way to get that is here at SO Meta Posts. Scroll down to total access. This is our top level subscription. It's $1,000 a month. It gets you access to all of the paid monthlies and all of the paid yearlies. So the paid monthlies subscription alone is $500 a month. And then you're paying basically for one year and getting access to all of these 1 years. All of these 1 years and more. This list will be updated pretty soon. Really great way to support the channel. Haven't had any cancellations on that one, actually. Knock on wood. Not that we get a lot of those anyways. And then also, guys, if you're interested in getting a star next to your name for priority response on YouTube, another great way to support the channel, kind of like a more intro way. It's so weird. Yes, it used to let me show like an example page, and for whatever reason, it doesn't let me do that anymore. But if you're interested in getting that priority response star next to your name and show your support for the channel, you do so. Just go to our website or go to the YouTube channel, Tarot for Traders. Click on join, and there's a couple of different levels now. But a great way to show your support and gets you access or gets you priority response on all of our lives. Plus, when we have more of those members, we're going to be doing members only lives as well. All right, so Hedera. For the last week of May. Oh, I missed your shipcoin question, Hamza. Sorry about that. I'll come back to you. Oh, I got the fortune card, but in the circumstances we're in, that's kind of interesting. I think we probably see this price level by the end of May. But again, don't trade price levels, guys. Trade like price ranges. So somewhere around this. Um, it was like I got it. They're safe in the KBGT, and they would be safe in the Kelby as well. All right, shipcoin. Wow, really off base there. It looks like there's a bit of there's a bit more of a drop here. We might have like a pop and then more of a drop here on the 10th. Um, Hard to say if this is gonna pan out right here, but there's probably another high somewhere around the 12th to the 15th. It's this when everyone's up this high, it's a little, it's questionable. We definitely have a high for the month over here, like predicted. But as far as the 1 year, we're off base. We nailed that March high, and then this high didn't pan out. Well, I mean, it was close. We came close, but not quite. Lowest low in June. I think this high isn't panning out based on what's transpired so far. I would definitely be looking for opportunity to accumulate to the like a short position. We might have you might have more opportunity here towards the third, like the 12th through the 15th or something. But there's probably more downside here somewhere around the 9th, 10th before this upside. Wow, we just tapped it, huh? Right here in the last couple minutes, there's probably like this big push to the upside. Um, yeah, and we probably open notably higher, right? We've got this Princess of Discs here. We didn't see the high just yet here, but we have this Ace of Discs first thing in the morning. My sense is that we probably open higher there, and it's a good place to cash out of a long is in the midst of this move here in the morning to the upside. All right, I'm gonna cap the questions here, guys. Hey, AV. In June, probably like the second trading day of June will be the low. And it may be that it's the same price level, roughly the same price level as whatever the low is here at the end of the month for May. But in like the first 2 days of June, there's a low. The Empress card appears actually right there. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go. You know what to do. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys.